Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
This will be a revisit of the now famous Marcia Deane case.
My son is already gone. I'm asking for justice for Mario. But not only my son Mario, but the other Marios that are out there, the other Marios that, about to be born. We're asking Jamaica to come together as one voice. You just, as my family, the father, daughter, and, we're just asking that you come together, join me in saying we want justice for Marcia Deane. Not just this Marcia Deane that has gone, but Marcia Deane's that is to come.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
I'm here today to call upon Indicom to conduct a fair and impartial investigation, to shed truth and light to the circumstances surrounding the death of Marcia Deane, to bring some justice to this family, but not only to this family, to the citizens of Jamaica who have too long suffered from police corruption and police brutality.
Marcia Deane was allegedly beaten by 3 men in a cell he shared with them at the Barnett Street lockup over the use of a bunk bed, according to court documents. The court was told that the police were alerted to a situation in cell number 4, where Deane was being held with 4 other inmates. When the door was opened by the police, Deane was found lying on the floor and bleeding from the head. An ambulance was called, and 5 minutes later, he was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he reportedly never regained consciousness.
It hurts me every time to speak on public, speak to other people about my son. Mario, as you all know, was my first child.
The court also heard that when a police officer cautioned the men in the cell, she was allegedly told by 35-year-old Marvin Orr of Portland, who was described by his attorney Stacey Young as a schizophrenic and a substance abuser, that he owned the bunk beds, and when Deane sat on one of them, he, who at the time was facing charges of burglary, malicious destruction of property, resisting arrest, and possession of ganja, jumped on it and pushed the now deceased man off it, after which a fight started, and 25-year-old Adrian Morgan of a Petersville, Westmoreland address got involved. According to reports, a third inmate, a deaf-mute named Damian Cargill, was later charged in 2015. He is alleged to have punched Deane, as one of the cellmates allegedly took off Deane's shoes and used it to hit him repeatedly in the face. The beating was said to have gone on for about 30 minutes, after it started approximately 11:30 a.m.
But I do know that whether or not the police directly participated in brutalizing and beating Marcia Deane, whether or not they participated in that, they took his life into their hands when they took him into their custody. And nobody can convince me that no member of law enforcement and no employee in that jail heard his screams, which I'm told may have lasted for 30 minutes.
Another inmate who attempted to separate the 3 accused men from Deane was unsuccessful, the court was told. During court proceedings, attorney-at-law Roy Fairclough, who was representing Morgan, described the case as one with many twists and turns, adding that time was needed to study the evidence. He also charged that the Jamaican government and the police were using the accused men as scapegoats, claiming that the police at Barnett Street had serious questions to answer as to how Deane came to his death, stating that if you lock him up, it is your responsibility to ensure he is safe and he is no danger to himself or anyone else.
It's been 5 years, no justice, no peace, no closure, and we are just tired. The family is just tired.
31-year-old Deane died on the 6th of August 2014, 3 days after he was severely beaten while in police custody, after he had been arrested hours before for a ganja spliff. Reports are that early in the morning of Sunday, the 3rd of August 2014, Marcia Deane was on his way to his construction job when he was stopped and searched by the police during a random police operation in Rosemount, St. James. He was subsequently arrested, taken into custody and charged with a minor offense at the Barnett Street Police Station in Montego Bay, St. James. The bail application for Deane was interrupted twice in less than 2 hours. The first time when he was being given bail on his own surety, but refused to give the police directions to his home. And again when he allegedly failed to cooperate and was said to be behaving boisterously. He is alleged to have said that he did not like the police when a surety came to bail him and was sent back to the cell while his surety was asked to return in the afternoon. This according to Deane's friend Mr. Castell Mackenzie, who arrived at the police station that morning as surety with bail documents signed by a justice of the peace. Mr. Mackenzie told the Gleaner that some remarks were made, prompting a policewoman to give him back the documents, telling him to come back at 5 p.m. The officers on duty when Mario Deane was beaten were not immediately charged after the incident. However, after years of trying to have the agents of the state answer to charges related to Deane's death, a judge in the St. James Parish Court in May of 2018 ruled that 51-year-old Corporal Elaine Stewart, 28-year-old District Constable Marlon Grant, and 33-year-old District Constable Juliana Clevon indeed have a case to answer. All 3 officers were subsequently charged with manslaughter, perverting the course of justice, and misconduct in a public office, and will stand trial on the 10th of March 2020. They are currently out on $400,000 bail each. However, an attorney for one of the cops has expressed confidence that his client, along with the other co-accused, will be exonerated at trial. Attorney Martin Thomas, while not challenging the ruling, said he is looking forward to dealing with the case in the circuit court.
The judge's ruling was quite detailed, and at this stage we would not be challenging that ruling, but we are looking forward to dealing with the case at circuit. What I can say is that the evidence will speak for itself, and I am confident that all accused will be exonerated at the end of the day.
Corporal Stewart is alleged to have given instructions for the cell in which the fatal beating took place to be cleaned before the arrival of Indicom investigators. Noted American pathologist Dr. Michael Baden conducted an independent autopsy at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. Baden was hired by Deane's family as they continued to dispute the police report that the construction worker was beaten by fellow inmates in a dispute over a bunk bed.
Dr. Michael Baden will be performing an independent autopsy on Mario Deane. Michael Baden is a world-renowned pathologist. He worked on the reinvestigation of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. He also worked on the O.J. Simpson trial. He was responsible for helping to convict some people who killed Medgar Evers, who was a famous American civil rights leader. And most recently, he conducted the autopsy in Ferguson.
Baden said Deane had no chance of survival as he suffered extensive brain damage, causing swelling and hemorrhaging in the brainstem, resulting in immediate loss of consciousness. After the 5-hour-long autopsy, Baden concluded that Deane died from multiple impacts to the face, head, and brain. He had 2 broken bones in his face. Adding to the complexities was that one of the witnesses in the case was killed. The witness, 24-year-old Fabian Ferguson, otherwise called the Street Man of Springmount in St. James, was one of 2 men killed by unknown assailants shortly after 8 p.m. on Friday, the 20th of April 2018, in the Johnsall area of the parish. According to reports, Ferguson was among a group of 5 persons standing at a stall along Dam Road in Johnsall when a car pulled up and men wearing unmarked vests alighted and opened fire on them. 3 members of the group, including Ferguson, were shot. They were all taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where Ferguson and another man were pronounced dead. I do not know who killed him and why, but I know he was a witness in the Mario Deane case, and I believe he was supposed to attend court next week, a relative of Ferguson said. I do not want to speculate, but as the saying goes, a dead man tells no tales. Ferguson, who was in the custody at the Barnett Street police station on the 3rd of August 2014, the day Deane was beaten, is said to have given statements to investigators, including the Independent Commission of Investigations INDICOM, implicating both police personnel and other inmates in the incident, which subsequently generated local and international attention. After participating in an identification parade in connection with the case on the 13th of September 2014 at the Freeport police station, the police reported that Ferguson had escaped custody and was on the run. However, his mother, Olivia Brown, denied the claim, saying that it was the police who had set her son free. Brown made the declaration during an interview with Nationwide News. Him say police let him out and say him for walk away and him walk away. Him never got through no window, Brown said. I asked them, the police, for show me the window him got through, and all now nobody can show me. Him do him ID parade, then them just let him out the door and say him for walk away, and him walk away, Brown said. Brown also said her son gave her that version of events before turning himself into the Independent Commission of Investigations. The progression of Deane's case has been hampered by various issues, including the failure of witnesses to appear in court to give evidence. The case took an interesting twist in 2018, when the defense team asked the court to consider a no-case submission against the 3 police officers. Meanwhile, the court has ruled that Marvin Orr and Adrian Morgan, 2 of the 3 inmates who were charged in connection with the beating death of Deane, are fit to stand trial. They were said to be mentally unstable at the time Deane was beaten. Previous psychiatric evaluations over the past 3 years have indicated that the men were not fit to plea. The defense and the prosecution involved in the case were scheduled to hold plea agreement discussions when the matter was returned to court on the 18th of September, but the matter was not heard. However, Damian Cargill was ruled unfit to answer to the charges or to stand trial. He was therefore released in July of 2017 into the care of his family.
I'm asking them not to make something like this happen again. It's hard. The pain that I feel.
The mother of Marcia Deane is expressing frustration at the slow pace of the court matter.
The whole thing is just dragging. It's just dragging, and it's just wearying parents. It's just not right. It just don't feel right, and I know it can't be right. It just can't be right, and we are tired. Family tired. One of the young men, every time the mother come in court, she just keep breaking down and crying. That break my heart also, because I am a mother and we just going through a lot of stuff. I can't see some of the reason why I can't go through court. I don't see the reason. Every time something, they say something else, why this don't ready and that don't ready. What's the big deal?
She says she has forgiven those who have hurt her son, but Miss Frazer says she's yet to get justice.
I'm not in any hate, as a matter of fact, I forgive them already. But the system must work justice, and we need justice, understand? And I said it again, I am not gonna stop come here. If next year they don't give me justice, I'm coming right back here. If it's me alone, I'm coming right back here to stand up, right? Police is not above the law, and the law should go around putting them atop. It should be justice. Don't push me because I am a poor woman and a poor family, so nobody not going to back us. And so we're going to get weary and just forget the whole thing. This mother not going to forget the whole thing. That is my son. That's my firstborn. And I know when I have my son, what I give up to grow him.
The Jamaican people wrote the soundtrack to this revolution. Get up, stand up for your rights. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Are we independent? It depends on what you call independence. On Independence Day, August 6, 2014, another one of our brothers fell victim to police brutality. I am Mario Deane.
Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.